Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Ape Huncho back at you again with another video. And so, as some of you may be aware, Harlem Spartans rapper Loski is currently on trial and has roughly been on trial for the past 6 weeks or so. Since then, though, we've had no updates, presumably because the news covered his first trial, which collapsed. Again, for anyone who doesn't know, Loski had in fact been on trial early last year in 2020 for the same reason he's on trial now. But the prosecution fell ill in that case, and so a retrial went ahead, and here we are today. So we have been waiting for updates out of this situation, and today we can finally reveal some new developments in this case. What we'll do is, though, we'll go through the newest report that's came out, and then there is some information I want to share with you guys at the end. So the report reads, quote, Jarrell O'Connor, stage name Loski, was allegedly caught with a revolver by officers investigating the stabbing of a fellow musician and gang member, aka Latwan Griffiths, or as you guys will know him, SA. O'Connor is on trial for possessing a firearm with intent to endanger life and other related charges in April of 2019. More specifically, those charges are possession of a prohibited firearm, possession of a person with previous convictions prohibited from possessing a firearm, and possession of ammunition. O'Connor denies the charges against him and claims he was forced to hold the gun after a drug dealer made threats against he and his mother's lives. Prosecutors say he had the 4mm caliber Florent revolver, which was loaded with 3 bullets, to either use himself or give to an associate because of a gang dispute. Croydon Crown Court heard police wanted to speak to O'Connor in relation to the murder investigation of teenager Latwan Griffiths, who was stabbed to death in July of 2018. Prosecutors say the pair are both members of the Harlem Spartans, a hip-hop collective based in Kennington, South London, and a gang which is, quote, at war with gangs in the nearby Brixton area, the 410 and the Angeltown gang, which would be 150 or GBG for anyone wondering. Officers were deployed to carry out an observation at his address on April 9th, 2019 and saw him getting into an Uber. The court heard that when the Uber was stopped, it was discovered that O'Connor had a revolver concealed in a sock underneath the seat. Given directions to the jury on Wednesday, Judge Elizabeth Smaller said they would have to decide whether they believed Loski's claims that he was in possession of the gun under duress, and she also said that they would have to find Loski and his mother were at an immediate or almost immediate risk of serious injury or death, and that it was not reasonable for him to take any other course of action. The report continues, it was said on the day before he was arrested, Loski was at home and had phoned several friends and had a friend over, and Judge Smaller would go on to say the prosecution say that Jarrell O'Connor is not under duress at this time at all, that he is going about his life, and that life would include willingly taking a loaded firearm out the next day. But if he had been threatened, the Crown say he had ample opportunity to take a different course. The judge reminded jurors that Loski gave evidence that he did not tell police about the incident because of, quote, repercussions, and that, quote, he had been warned not to. All this we pretty much knew anyway, which I have reported on in the past, apart from a few things such as he'd been with friends the day before, but I thought I'd give you guys this information who might not be familiar with this situation. We do now have brand new information about this case that's came out today though, and yesterday Ricky Blue, who runs Since 93 Records, which I do believe is a part of Sony Music Group, gave evidence in court, and it's believed that he had signed Loski back in late 2018. Ricky was asked if he knew there were 4-fingered gang signs in the video for Loski's song Money and Beef. The prosecution asked, the first music video that you made with Mr. O'Connor was Money and Beef. Did you know when you got to make it that the 4-finger sign in this video related to the 410 gang? He said no. He was also questioned as to whether he knew or advised Loski to stay away from certain people if he wanted to have a successful music career. Ricky would go on to say, if I was aware of these individuals, I would encourage him not to hang around with them. In this period, his career is starting to take him places he'd never seen before. The detachment from his area friends, etc., was becoming wider and wider in terms of lifestyle and how much he was working. Ricky was asked if Loski's mother had requested him to steer away from crime, and he would go on to say that Loski was kept very busy after being signed to the label, adding, in my humble opinion, he wouldn't have had the time to suggest he was some kind of crime boss like the prosecution was suggesting. Going on to say, I can't understand where he would have had the time amongst the several day jobs commitments. My role isn't to steer him away from crime, that's not what I do for a living. The question is suggesting I knew he was doing crime and I don't. But like I said at the start of the video, and I guess like you've seen throughout this report, it is now time for jurors to deliberate in this case. If we do take a look at the law pages, we can see that today both the prosecution and the defense gave their closing speeches, which only means one thing: we're either a day or two away from where the deliberations have started. I doubt very much that a verdict will come out tomorrow, so that means if I'm 100% with you guys, we're going to get a verdict more than likely on Monday, but I'm guessing more it will be Tuesday than Monday. But of course, when I do get an update out of this situation, and of course when those new reports come out, we're going to get a bunch of new information surrounding this case. So when that does come out, of course, I am going to keep you guys posted on this one. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this down in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.